Sorry, guys. Lost battery on my camera. Just to kind of recap of what I said earlier, some of you might have seen it, but I was talking about John Flanagan and his guilty situation with beating his girlfriend, kicking his girlfriend. I spoke about Mahrez and him maybe being a like for like player we can get if and when we lose Coutinho. Um, and I want to just talk back about the game. I think how people talked about the luck and how we what we got with Lovren and Clavon connecting there to win the game was luck, and I just really couldn't care less about that. We've been very unlucky, and to get some luck, if that's what you want to call it, is fine. To me, it's a training ground set piece that we executed and we got it, and we know that Lovren's good with his head. I think the only goals he scored for us are with his head. One in Dortmund, of course, or one in Anfield, I should say, for that famous night against Dortmund. And then I think recently against Swansea, I can't remember who it was, but he almost got his head kicked off for doing it. But he's a football player, so that's something that I think was purposely done and something that they worked on and practiced, and we got it. So yeah, just looking forward to us staying together. Injuries, people not playing, whatever. There's a bunch of stuff about Mane coming out. This same silly remarks about Sadio Mane and him not being happy, not celebrating after scoring goals, or whatever. Apparently he was sick. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I think people are just putting too much thought into some of these things, some of these kind of silly stories that have come out about Mane, people's opinion about him and things of that nature. Doing just as good as he was last season, I think that's kind of masked at this point because we're getting so many good play from everybody else. Firmino's in form, Coutinho, of course Salah. So he might be flying a bit under the radar, but he's still been doing well and still been working hard, in my opinion. And that goal could go down as one of the goals of the season. I mean, it was amazing. We needed that at that time. So I think we're in a good way. I think we're in a really good way, and just proud that the boys were able to fight back and stay unbeaten and remain in winning ways. It's an amazing piece. I think on Football 90, I could have that wrong, but basically, there's these things they do on YouTube where they'll split the fans and they'll have them go live at the game and their reactions. And the Burnley fan, I can't think of his name right now, or the Burnley section was singing "You're not singing anymore" or chanting "You're not singing anymore" once they got their goal back. And the moment we scored, you can hear all the amazing traveling supporter Scouts fans singing the same thing back. So I thought that was good, kind of stick it to them. And yes, Burnley's doing well this season, but it was just good that we were able to kind of like put to bed those demons of not being able to score late minute goals and just grinding out wins, being scrappy with it, even if it's ugly. So good things that we're doing, and I don't look at it as we're back. I don't think we were ever gone. I think once Klopp came in, we were slowly and surely building to get back into contention to be a team that we can start winning trophies again. You know what I mean? And I think that's Soybean says, yes, I agree. Yeah. Mame, what's up, man? Mane, Mrs. Moreno, they combine well together. Yeah, and also we can't forget that Mane is much better on the right, which I think is obvious. You know what I mean? But again, to me, I don't feed into any of this rhetoric about Mane. I really don't. I think he's fine, and I think he's gonna have a really really amazing second half of the season. Getting it off with one goal for the season so far, or for the new year, I should say, is a really good thing for him. Moreno will be back when he comes back. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, we got some knocks, and we just got to work through it. I think it was interesting and very telling that Klopp put um, Gomez at left back instead of Robertson. Now I don't know if he's just saving him for the Everton game or what, but I thought that was very interesting. But yeah, we stuck together, and it's just amazing to see this team together and doing these things. One of the things I left out was Pep, our backroom staff coach, Pep Linders, I think is how you pronounce his last name. Will be leaving the club. That to me is a really big loss, just as big as a loss as Coutinho could potentially be. I think he was doing some amazing things, and one of the very few things I think that Brendan Rodgers did that was a positive while he was with us. Yeah, he almost won the league and things of that nature. I don't want to take that away from him, but I think kind of upgrading Pep into the first team as a backroom staff manager was one of the best things he'd ever done. So that's going to be a miss, but I wish him well. He's going to be coaching in his home country in the Netherlands for a Dutch side there that I don't remember the name. I think they're a lower league team um, in that part of the world. So I wish him the best. I think he's going to be a fine manager. There's a couple times last season where he filled in as a coach. Carl, I think Mane is playing a bit conservative, maybe because he's just not risking injury again. Uh, I mean, maybe. I don't see that's in Mane's build though. I just don't. I'm gonna say this about African players. I don't think they ever lack confidence. There's so many things that African players have to go through. Um, the majority of them, I would say, where they come from, the things that they have to go through, the experiences that they have that build them up. And confidence is the last thing I worry about with them. Might be other things going on, but confidence and being afraid not to work hard in order to to keep from getting injured is something I don't think is in their makeup. They have to do way more things than your average maybe English player has to go through to get to where they are. So to me, confidence is something that they've broken through that years ago, and I don't think they ever really suffer for confidence. This is my opinion, especially in Mane and Salah's case. Clearly, in Salah's case, you can see he misses a bunch of chances in games, but he keeps fighting, and that doesn't really bother him or shake him as maybe a Mignolet or a Lovren are maybe affected by a bad mistake or something like that, or a stretch of bad games. I don't think that's in the makeup of African players. Again, that's just my opinion. So. I mean, good shout, but I don't know if that's it. It could be though. I'm not Mane. I don't know. You could be very very much right. I just don't know if that's really the case. Um, so I think I've got most of the news out. Just to recap, yeah, Flanagan and the unspeakable, despicable beating, kicking of his wife. He didn't have a ball to kick, I guess, so he kicks his wife. The Mahrez thing, which I'm not gonna go that deep into again. And again, I apologize if the last live was cut off, but I think Mahrez is a great guy to get in and could be a like for like for Coutinho. If you think about his attributes and skills that he brings, creative. He's a champion. He's got Premier League experience, of course. Yada yada yada. So I think I've touched everything I wanted to touch on. But yeah, the game was just big, and it was just huge to start the year off that way, and put to bed some of those demons, like I said, that things that we couldn't do. Um, so just keep fighting, keep in these ways, keep supporting the team. I'll be back with you guys sooner than later if there's any news, transfer talk. I will say this. My man, what's up? Yes, agree with Mahrez's case. Yeah, I think Mahrez is really, really amazing, man. I'm surprised that he's not on our radar. If he's, I don't know. I don't know if Klopp really has him in his plans, but he'd be a good guy to have. I forgot where I was going with that. What I was saying. Um, yeah, but just keep fighting. The team is going to be okay. We're going to be fine. We got a big game Friday. We all know, Derby, FA Cup. One chance for us to really, really go forward and get a trophy this season. Not counting out the Champions League, I totally feel like we can push towards that. But the FA Cup is something that we definitely need to be fighting for and trying to win. So, but the Leon Goretzka thing, apparently Bayern was in the driver's seat and they had already made an agreement and all that. Apparently that's not true. So that might still be on the cards for us as well. I know a lot of us were kind of put down about that, especially coming around the same time when we found out Salah was hurt. But keep your heads up. Keep your heads up. Don't believe all the hype. I know that's hard sometimes. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, whatever it is that we get our information from. Let's just stay the course and see what really happens because we never really know. So thank you guys, everybody who all the new subscribers and within the last couple of days. It's been amazing, kind of overwhelming. The interaction with all of you guys, man, has been really, really nice. But yeah, second day of New Year's. Enjoy it, and I will see you guys soon.